please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home. Ever.
On this episode of MythBusters, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a MythBusters Superhero Special.
Let's go!
The team put some classic Cape capers to the test and blow the lid off some superhero gadgets.
Oh my God!
Find out, can a belt buckle grappling hook help you rise to the occasion? Then it's Fight Club superhero style. Can a single superhero punch really leave a ring-shaped scar? And we reveal the Mythmobile and try some high-speed comic book cornering.
What happened?
Who are the Mythbusters?
Adam Savage.
Wake up! Time for science!
And Jamie Heineman.
Is that beautiful or what?
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience.
That was totally amazing.
Joining them, Grant Imahara.
No, the crocodile!
Tori Belleci.
Don't tell me what might happen this time.
And Carrie Byron.
That seems really, really, really dangerous.
They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Hi, Tori.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good.
Don't tell me.
Exactly. We're about to do an entire episode of nothing but superhero myths.
Superhero myths? Isn't that going to be kind of impossible to test?
Technically, yes. Most superhero powers are totally mythical. No one can run at the speed of light, no one can spin webs, and no one turns green when they get angry and has super strength. But there is an aspect that we can test empirically, and it mostly involves gadgets.
A mythical superhero gadget.
Exactly.
Well, if we're gonna do this in true superhero fashion, I think all of you need to put your underwear on the outside of your pants.
You're right. Let's do it.
When disaster strikes, superheroes
He is Starman.
and their gadgets come to save the day. But now, these torpedoes in tights are also getting put under the Mythbusters microscope.
So you look all excited. What's going on?
We are doing a superhero device that I've always wanted to build. It's a key component on the belt of Nocturnal Echolocating Flying Mammal Man.
Batman.
Yes. Shh. Anyway, he's always got this on his belt, and when he's in danger, he'll fire it at a wall, go boom, stick in the wall, and he'll use either a zip line or a mechanical ascender to get himself away. It's the grappling gun.
We can do that.
In a never-ending fight against crime, superheroes often have to leap tall buildings. And if they can't do it in a single bound, like Superman, they can always rely on their trusty grappling guns to give them that extra lift. But is climbing a building like this really possible?
How are we going to test this one?
I think that's actually pretty easy. We just got to get some real off-the-shelf grappling hooks and use them to climb some walls.
And we're gonna have to do this one for real, man. We can't fake it this time.
And so, a short time later,
Everything's perfect, right?
Yeah, this area ought to be good.
the Mythbusters have a wall, and Adam a grappling hook. No superhero technology here, just a regular off-the-shelf grappler. But will this device be enough to let him climb the walls?
This is grappling hook number one. It's actually collapsible, so I guess it fits in your bag well. And you set it up like this, you thread it down, and there, it's ready to go.
The Battelle Tactical Air-Initiated Launch System, TAILS for short, was developed for the U.S. Navy to aid ship-to-ship rescue.
It's a little bigger than Batman's. It has a tank, it's got a piston, and it just lets the piston go and it shoots the grappling hook. It'll go 100 feet straight up.
And that's a prospect that's got Jamie cackling like a supervillain. Before they crawl the wall, they rig a safety system.
This setup right here is our safety backup. This is a belay system, and so if there's anything that goes wrong with the grappling hook, this will kick in and keep one of us from falling and hitting the ground. Jess will be on the ground paying out rope as one of us tries to climb up. So if that person slips, Jess will catch them.
And Jess will catch them. That's the theory. So will these regular grappling hooks enable Adam and Jamie to walk the wall like the Cape Crusader?
You know, I'm not in really great shape like Batman is, but, you know, we're gonna try.
Oh, I caught a big one. Look at that. That would feed my family for a month.
While Adam struggles with the mojo of the throw, Jamie's off like a shark.
3, 2, 1.
Well, you cleared the whole building, Jamie. Nice work.
Hey!
Finally, Adam's grappling hook also grabs hold.
Is that purchase?
You've got purchase.
So that just leaves the climbing.
You all said Batman?
I'm all set, Boy Wonder.
Adam attacks the wall head on.
This is not gonna happen at all.
Don't remember Batman having this much trouble. With Adam floundering like a fish out of water, Jamie's decided to try a different climbing technique.
What I'm tying here is known as a prusik knot. Basically, it's a one-way knot. When you push on it, it slides up, but when you bear down on it, it won't go the other way.
Thanks to his knots, Jamie soon up, and away.
Oh yeah, he's cruising now.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a new superhero on the block. Jamie Hyneman is the Inchworm, able to leap tall buildings, given plenty of notice. But at least he's gaining altitude. His fellow hero's not scaling, he's abseiling.
If you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna lie here for a little while.
No.
Jamie eventually makes it to the top, but not at a great rate of knots.
My little knot trick worked, but it took me probably just under 10 minutes to make it up this 20-foot wall. And if you're a superhero trying to save the little old lady, you need to do it quicker than that.
While both grappling hooks held firm, it was the boys' ascent that failed. To get this myth off the ground, they're going to need to build something that can take the climb out of the equation, superhero style.
I think we need to go back to the shop and build our own solution.
Okay, let's go. Coming up on MythBusters.
We put superhero myths to the test.
Next, it's a phantom favorite. Can a powerhouse punch really leave the baddie stranded? The MythBusters Superhero Special, and superheroes big and small are getting put to the test. And next up, a superhero myth with a very familiar ring.
Are you ready for a fun violent myth? It involves punching. Firing none other than the Phantom. He's a superhero that left that nasty calling card on all of his evildoers.
Yeah, you know, he's that guy that could punch people so hard that he'd leave a scar in the shape of a skull from his ring.
The bling's the thing in this comic book classic. A superhero swings and adds imprint to injury by branding the baddie with an indelible ring scar. But is that possible even for a superhero?
So how are we going to do this one?
Well, Carrie, I really don't think we should test this on each other because personally, I don't want to risk a permanent scar on my face.
We can't punch each other. Who are we gonna punch?
Well, it sounds like we're going to need a human analog. So it looks like it's pig time.
Perfect. I think we should use human force as a control, and then I'll build a machine to punch with the force of a heavyweight prize fighter.
That's good. That'll give us the maximum strength that a person can punch with.
And if that doesn't work, we'll go superhuman.
Well, you deal with the pig and you build the robot. That means I get to build a MythBuster Phantom skull ring.
The guys won't be pulling any punches. They'll make a fake fist, complete with skull ring, and attach it to an air-powered punching rig. The rig has to hit like a human, so Grant sets up the force plate.
We're going to see what we can punch, then we're going to calibrate our robot to punch the same amount, and we'll see what we get.
Soon the fists are flying. But none of these guys have super strength. The best of the three was Tori's, which peaked at a rather feeble 1,750 newtons.
But our research says that the upper range, which is a heavyweight boxer, is about 4,000 newtons.
Wow! Yeah, we're not even close.
As we know, Grant was raised by robots, and given that special affinity, he soon got a punching machine ready to swing.
Okay, so this is our superhero punching rig. Now our air cylinder is right here, and the fist goes on the end of this. And when we're ready, we go. That gives you a punch.
Tori's making a good fist of making a fist.
What I'm doing right now is I'm casting my hand in a fist shape because we're going to be needing to punch a bunch of times at superhero strength, and we want a hand that's not going to break like mine may have.
That's the theory, and by using a combination of ballistics gel and urethane hardener, Tori should get a fist that can roll with the punches.
All right, so the fist looks great. It's really, really hard, but it's still rubber, so it shouldn't shatter when we start punching with superhero strength.
Meanwhile, Carrie's designed some superhero-style rings and carved them in wax.
To keep with the Phantom theme, I've got a skull. Also incorporated the MB from MythBusters to make it a little bit more ours. Next step is to take all of these rings that I've carved down to the crucible, get them cast up in metal. I need these two in adamantium and these two in kryptonite.
We don't have either of those, but we do have sterling silver.
Sterling silver will do nicely. Faster than a speeding bullet, Carrie's rings are ready.
Criminals beware, the mark of MythBusters.
Whoa, cool! Let me see.
Dude, you look like a rapper.
That is cool.
Tori glues one of the rings on his dummy fist.
The Phantom, he always has his punching ring on his middle finger. Now we can start fighting crime.
Old Yorick here, who we all knew well, was last seen being turned into a lockpick kebab as the guys burst a car airbag myth. And now he's back for some superhero science. First up, Tori gives the skull a little pigskin for the ring to ram.
So, you named your guy there?
Yes,
What did you name him?
Porcloinio.
You did not.
He's an evil pig man.
Okay, Porcloinio, you asked for it. Prepare to feel the sting of the ring. First, at Tori's force.
3, 2, 1.
Nice punch! Oh, good hit.
It's definitely a good punch to the head, and it would hurt a lot, but I don't see a scar in the shape of a skull, just a mild contusion.
Tori failed to land the knockout blow to confirm this superhero classic. How about a heavyweight?
Here we go. This is heavyweight fighter strength in 3, 2, 1. No, I don't see any skull in the flesh.
It sure was ugly, but 4,000 newtons wasn't enough to put the sign of the skull on old Porcloinio. Even in this best-case taut skin scenario.
Superhero strength?
Yeah!
Okay, the gloves are off. The fist flashes at 120 psi.
3, 2, 1.
Was a shot.
And Porcloinio's feeling a little crushed.
You might not leave any, like the print of the ring, but you're definitely gonna rip through the scalps.
There's no way to leave a perfect skull-shaped scar without doing more permanent damage. This superhero myth, like our comic book criminal, is out for the count.
I guess we can call this one right here. We don't need to go any further.
You feeling it's busted?
Just like a skull.
Next on MythBusters, Adam and Jamie go head-to-head in a superhero grappling gadget showdown. And then Carrie, Grant, and Tori step into a phone box and come out as their alter egos.
You know, you can't be Grant Man all the time. Sometimes you just have to be Grant.
Put on your cape, dust off your tights, and take to the skies because the MythBusters are seeing if superhero gadgets are nothing more than a flash in the pan. Adam and Jamie are first trying to find out if the minuscule handheld grappling hooks that hoist up superheroes can really work. So far, their efforts have been more comical than comic book, but now they've hatched an evil plan.
I think our course is pretty clear. I think we're going to have to build this device ourselves.
Yeah, but it seems to me that there are actually two distinct elements to this cable gun winch thing.
Okay, what are they?
Well, you've got the winch,
Right.
and you've got the gun. So why don't we treat them separately, and one of us build one build the other.
So why don't you take the mechanical ascending rig, and I'll take the gun that fires the thing into the wall that sticks in the wall.
Okay.
And then we'll finish off with the final climb off.
Great.
All right.
Our superheroes go head-to-head. Jamie's task is to build a super lightweight winch to ascend buildings at the push of a button. Adam's making a device that can shoot a cable into a concrete wall.
I got the nail in there. Look at that.
There's just one rule. Both gadgets have to be as small as possible so they can fit on a superhero's belt.
The challenge in this particular case is how small can we get it? It's got to be really powerful and really small.
Jamie's device straps to his forearm and is powered by a battery on his belt. The motor is the smallest and fastest he could find. It puts out 30,000 RPM. But by itself, it's not powerful enough to hoist Heinemann up a high-rise.
These gear reductions actually translate the power that this engine puts out into something I can use. Instead of 30,000 RPM, they're reducing the speed and increasing the torque. So I end up with something that is 750 RPM, but very powerful.
It sure got a flashy superhero feel, but will it work? Jamie's going to test it on his sidekick.
What I'm going to do, instead of trying to pull myself up, is actually pull Jess along the floor. She's gonna go skiing in the shop.
All right, Jamie, I'm ready.
Does Jamie's rig have the pulling power to make Jess do the shop floor shinny?
It worked.
It worked. Looks like superhero gadget number 1 is ready to roll. Meanwhile, on the other side of the myth cave, Adam's getting the drop on his cable-firing device. The centerpiece of his design is a .22 caliber nail gun.
Takes a rim-fire 22 caliber shell here, sticks in there. Put your nail in the tip. Bring it up to it. Bang, hit it. Crack. 22 caliber shell fires a nail right into the concrete.
His cunning plan: attach the cable to the nail gun, then fire that from a diver's spear gun. When the nail gun hits the wall, the blank round fires the nail into the concrete, and the cable's ready to cross. Like this.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, well, sorta.
Batman probably didn't get it on his first try either.
No.
So,
It's going to take time.
3, 2, 1. Oh.
Shoot, you got to work out that hitting the wall part.
The scene is set for a superhero grappling gadget showdown.
You all set with that thing?
I am. Yours working?
Works like a charm.
Let's go be Batman.
Okay.
I know, it looked like we were having a lot of fun playing superheroes and messing around with gadgets, but we actually covered a lot of superhero science. If you want to see it, go to discovery.com/mythbusters.
All superheroes have costumes, some better than others. But can you really get changed in a phone booth in time to save the day?
What's in the bag? Superhero costumes. There's one more myth that we want to test. It's not really a myth. We want to see how fast we can change into a super outfit before we go fight crime. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
All right.
When Carrie Byron gets the call for help, she doesn't waste a second.
I like she does the hair flip.
She wins my vote.
Emerging mere moments later as the one and only Myth Girl.
Stopping the time. You did it in 33 seconds.
So Carrie could get changed in the cramped space, but hardly at superhero speed. Can Grant do any better? Will he have to phone for help to get out?
Come on, get out. And time. Stop. Myth Girl has beaten you. Your time was 1 minute and 1 second.
It's the last chance for this crew. Can Tori strip faster than a speeding bullet?
Got too many accessories.
Minute 20.
Tori was the slowest, but villains can never rest. Not whenever the spasms on their trail. Wait a minute, the spasms?
He has muscle spasms, so the bad guys never know when he's gonna attack. Can be here or here. Sometimes I don't even know.
Well, I may have had 33 seconds, which was the quickest time, but I need that extra time so that I can catch up to the boys in these spiked stiletto heels.
No, you can't be Grant Man all the time. Sometimes you just have to be Grant.
Should we go fight crime?
Yeah, let's
go.
Coming next, the Mythmobile gets a makeover. With loose cannons, Carrie, Grant, and Tori.
That's the first time that I've ever felt that much danger.
Please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home. Ever.
We're flying high in a superhero special. And the next myth combines cars and comic book craziness.
Next up, Batmobile 90-degree turn.
Batman, to get away from the bad guys screaming down the street, and to escape, all he has to do is push a button that deploys a grappling hook, grabs onto his steel structure, and it whirls him around the corner. And the crooks can't get him.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Holy awesomeness, Grant Man. Let's see how this myth works. During our comic strip car chase, our hero hits a button, and a grappling hook fires from the car, wraps itself around a steel structure, and swings our superheroes through a high-speed 90-degree turn to safety.
We have to build a cannon capable of firing a grappling hook strong enough to hold the force of a car, and if all that works, hope that the structure doesn't crumple.
Here's the plan. The guys will mount an air-powered cannon in a car, fire a grappling hook at speed, and see if the cable can swing the car around a right-angle bend. First things first, though, this myth needs wheels.
Obviously, we're gonna need a car for all this, and I have the perfect one in mind. Jamie and Adam just did a Knight Rider myth, and they have a car just rusting out in the parking lot.
The Mythmobile.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah, I did.
The Joker aside, This car is perfect for this myth because it's already been fitted with a roll cage and safety harnesses, which means all Carrie and Tori have to do is transform the transport into something more befitting a superhero.
Oh, this is gonna be the coolest Batmobile ever!
Meanwhile, Grant's finding out more about the serious physics facing them in this myth.
The one thing we have to consider with this myth is that we're going from a straight path, once we hook onto that structure, into a circular one. Now, this induces a force that points inwards towards the center, called centripetal force. And you can calculate that based on the weight of the car, the distance from the center, and the speed that you're going. Now, I've run the numbers, and we should be experiencing about 7,000 pounds, and that's going to be the tension on the cable. So we're going to select our cable to be more than adequate to handle that amount of force.
Will the Mythmobile be able to cope with that kind of hardcore cornering? One thing it can turn is heads.
What do you think of the car?
Cool.
Okay, the Mythmobile is ready. That's stage 1. Stage 2, they need a grappling hook.
I kind of want to keep going. I think if we use a solid steel grappling hook, that might work.
Well, I've got an idea for an air cannon to launch the grappling hook, but if you're going to use solid steel, we're going to have to make it a lot more powerful. And I have the answer. I'm going to use nitrogen, which will give us up to 3,000 psi of working pressure.
Oh my God.
Dude, that sounds superhero-y.
3,000 psi? To put that into perspective, Grant's cannon will be 60 times more powerful than Adam and Jamie's famous chicken gun. But because it has to fit into a superhero's car, it'll be much more compact.
Holy air cannon, Grant man.
How long have you been waiting to unleash that one?
All day.
I've been waiting all day.
Waiting for that one.
You know, this is actually the most dangerous thing I've built in a long line of dangerous things.
Tori's bending steel like Superman. Except Superman